speaking.
Thanks for staying with us. So you're going to say something for the break.
Yes, so I was going to say something. So he mentioned about, from the CCTV footage, we were able to identify one of the officers. His name is Aruwajoye, Inspector Aruwajoye. That is his name. I'm a bit worried, I'm a bit concerned. How long should it take for our police to be able to identify who an officer is attached to? It's been 72 hours now. And, you know, okay, let me just say, we'll let them do their investigation. You know.
I would like to know the name of the VIP in your estate. You give us the name of the person.
Let the police do their investigation.
Let us name, we have to name, I say, we have to name and shame these people, because as citizens, we are also very interested in calling out leaders who are also on the wrong side of the law.
Okay, but you know that, for me, the VIP was not... Maybe he may have emboldened them. He wasn't there, so I can't say that he authorized it.
Gotcha.
Maybe his reaction is what I might fault. But let the police do their investigation and then...
So we're just getting to hear the name of one of the officers now. And,
no,
it's in the letter that we wrote to the IGP.
Yes, it was in the letter because they were able to do...
And we'll be expecting a fuller footage, like
it also worries me that you're waiting for the minutes.
Yes.
This happened in your command, and they've written to the IG now. You say it will be minuted to AIG before it will trickle down.
No, our statement says we have commenced the investigation.
Yes,
our statement says
that's bureaucracy, and we cannot help bureaucracy. But you see, the thing is, in Nigeria, when you are powerful, you can hold justice. And there's some level of power.
I'm a lawyer, let me tell you, don't
I should not say that.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
It does not happen.
No, it does not happen.
Why are you always so very cynical about your country talking about
it's not like that. You know, see, God, give me power. You see, in this country, you've heard things. Somebody will say that I will kill you and there's nothing you can do about it. And they will beat people and nothing is done about it. So, because we've seen things like that,
once it gets to court, something will be done because there's a docket and that thing has a life cycle. So, it is for you to get to court. So let me now say that once it gets to court,
the lawyer to lawyer. If the matter was limited to the DPO in question.
No, that is why I said when it gets to court. So it is now beyond police.
Because your lawyer is the kind of lawyer that go to IG. If the matter was, within, like my estate, for instance, we'll be waiting for DPO to tell us where to go. If you wrote to just the DPO, or you made a call and the matter wasn't officially documented, no petition, how do you think it will go? Would VIP not be able to get there and say, if our boy is here, more money? Will it go beyond the police station in question?
Yes, that's a question for you.
Well, I think we've talked about this earlier.
No, I'm not asking you.
Okay. No, the reason why I wanted him to answer because it's the process. Because the objective of this kind of show is to educate Nigerians. We don't want this to happen again. I live in an estate. There are other estates across the country. So you're saying that if I write to DPO, the process might be stalled. That what you're saying. And I have a CSP here. Could tell me if my estate has that kind of situation.
I'll say this.
And I write to DPO.
I'll say this. We have so many estate CSOs walking into the command headquarters every day to speed up.
CSOs in estates.
Yes. Every estate has a CSO. Yes. So if the CSO of Omole Estate had come to the headquarters that day with a flash drive that this the footage, the full footage, and giving us the name that I'm just getting to hear now, and lodging these complaints, by now we'll be done with the investigation. So people need to trust the system. In fact, do what you have to do. Report to us. Then if nothing happens, call us out. But in this case, it hasn't been done. Well, they have done it from the top.
Kuku respond to this, our viewer. Our viewer said,
today is National Police Day, true.
You know what? We just have some bad eggs. Let us appreciate the police for what they do. Because really and truly, we call our DPO. We can say that we even abuse the relationship. Because we can call at any time. There is robbery, there is vandalism, or somebody is misbehaving. We call her and she responds. So we have some good people within the Nigerian police. The intention is not to, discredit or malign the Nigerian police. What we are saying is the bad eggs. Imagine if this guy, when they fire the gunshots, if somebody died, do you know what people will say? They'll say, Ashwaju.
Oh, they said
and let me tell you, Honorable James Faleke, who is the MHR representing Ikeja, the same thing happened to him. He's an elderly man. He turned back and used the main gate. But this person...
Who is this person? If you can mention Faleke's name, mention this person.
Well,
you said
the good things that we've seen and that we've experienced and that we've enjoyed.
I would like CSP to respond to this. Our viewer says, it's easier said than done. Her name is Ajumobi. Many police officers are not friendly and some of them are unapproachable. the bad heads among them should be removed, no cover-up. How approachable are the police officers when they're on this duty? How should they comport themselves with all force?
Nima, let me ask you that question. You see somebody with arms, what are you approaching?
No, some of them will still engage. I engage the police officers a lot. If you stop my car, we'll sit down. We'll have
you have guns. It's not everybody that has guns.
No, even with your gun. The language that you use.
You have bold. You have the courage.
But I think there's a message here from Engineer Tijani, who I think will be a good idea. He says this is a case of privileged people oppressing less privileged ones in our society. And we need to stamp that out. The young security officer was carrying out his legal duty and he was assaulted by ignorant people in privileged position, that's the officers. The security officer was not aggressive to these men as seen in the CCTV footage. It was just a case of man's cruelty to another man. So that question then goes to you, CS, because there are lots of security officers who are actually just doing their jobs. Yes, they're not police officers. Yes, they're only complementing the work of the police. But why is it that actual police officers seem to always assault or disrespect or disregard the authority that has been bestowed on these smaller security officers on estates?
We have thousands of estates in Lagos State, and we don't get this every day. That's because many CSOs do the proper orientation for their staff to let them know, see, if you are doing your job, allow emergency workers, police, ambulance, fire service to gain access. So in this should be like an exception. Police officers, yes, comport yourselves when going in, but private security operatives too need to comport themselves and recognize that the police have the mandate to protect life and property, maintain law and order, and need to pass through their estates to get this done.
We're supposed to get Engineer Lasukomi Ojuwor to, that's the, he's supposed to come and share with us the Ministry of Transportation, Engineer Lasukomi, but unfortunately we're having technical issues. I'm not sure if it's on. Hello there. Hello there, are you there? Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm here. Good morning.
Sorry, I mean, we were trying to bring you on earlier. Just in 1 minute, tell us the position of the Ministry of Transportation when it comes to gated estates, because there are a lot of gated estates in the state, and the access to security personnel.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. We have seen that in recent times there's been provision of gates, gating communities, CDAs, estates all over, and it has been constraining the mandate of the ministry.
Live TV, life happens.
Go on.
It's frozen.
It's frozen. Yeah.
It's live television. We're out of time.
Yeah.
That was not supposed to be on TV. All right, but unfortunately we have to wrap up. But thank you very much. It was a pleasure having you, Barrister Kehinde Daniel, for joining us, and CSP Benjamin Hundeyin. Thank you very much for coming and to share your thoughts on this. That's all we can take on today's show. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.